What's up, everybody, and welcome to another bonus episode of Team Chat Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jerrett Wilson, joined to my right by Rachel Mogan.
I'm running out of greetings. Hello, I guess.
We're recording these all in one big batch, so, three of them out to you, itty-bitty bits at a time. And joined on my left by Zachary Parks.
Good morning. As you're listening to this in the morning.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Probably.
It's night now.
I'm guessing.
Throwing all these timelines,
Half the
man.
audience was like, wow, he's a psychic.
He
The other
knows.
half was like, he's a hoax, he's a fake.
He's
false
a
prophet.
false prophet.
I'm listening to this at midnight. Is it
yeah.
night or is it morning?
There you go.
But we're here again with another review, and this time I will be reviewing
It's night.
Titanfall 2. So I recently actually just picked up this game because I had told myself I just bought Battlefield 1, and I was like, that's enough. I've spent enough money on games recently. I felt like I'd gone on a little bit of a spree, and I was like, I need to calm it down. But then Target had it on sale for $35, and I was like, I can't say no. and so I said yes to Titan. I know my willpower for games is very, very low. I will buy just about any. So I scooped up Titanfall 2, and I must say, it's very impressive.
You like it?
I like it a lot. And I know you hear that a lot from Team Chat. Team Chat, when are you going to review a game and say
like
you
a lot
actually
of
hate
shit.
it? I mean, we did go back and hate on The Division, but that's the past.
We have a whole episode devoted to games we hate.
Yeah, that's the past. But this is another game that I had not played the first Titanfall, mainly because that's when it was like the first of its kind of multiplayer only when it came out. Not many other games had done that. And so I was a little like, no, I kind of want a story. I want a campaign. But then since then I've played multiplayer only games, Battlefront, Overwatch, and things like that. So my tune would have changed by now if it had come out then. But anyway, so it was like Titanfall 2. I played the beta. It looked great. It was fun. And I was like, I'll give this one a shot. And I must say, I've played more multiplayer than campaign. Have not finished it. Caveat to that. But of what I've played of the campaign, it is very... The campaign, I'll go on it briefly. So you're this soldier Jack Cooper in the Frontier Militia, and the Frontier is basically this outer rim galaxy of planets that are being contested between you and the IMC, the Interstellar Mining Corporation. And so the pilots, though, or both sides, have access to these mechs, Titans. And the people who control them are pilots. And now the really cool thing about this is it really almost sets it up as like a buddy cop situation. You and your mech are one. You can be two separate things, but then also one together. And so you have, some dialogue in between you and your mech. Who your mech is a robot. He's AI. So like he's very stoic in like his responses. But then your pilot can be jokey with him or it can be serious. And so you'll be like, he'll be like, travel safely, pilot. And you're like, I will. And then when you get back to me, like, did you miss me, buddy? Or it's like, you're starting to love me or whatever. And he's just like, I feel 50%. And, very statistical and methodical. But it makes for a great relationship, and it's great to see that. And then it is really great that it actually has like bosses. Like you will fight a boss. It'll like show the name of like the person. Very feels like an old school aesthetic thrown into a newer shooter.
Based on the beta, I would not have guessed that. That's interesting. I like that.
And so that was a really fun thing to run into too, because I feel like it's been a while since I've played a game where it's like this is a boss.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was a fun aesthetic. Another fun thing about the campaign that I cannot think for the life of me of another first person shooter, and I tweeted about this, that it has dialogue options for you to choose.
Oh.
So like you're
like an RPG?
Yeah, kind of.
Like
I mean, it only gives two.
say.
It only gives two. One, but still, for a first-person shooter, I was like, wow, this is new. I've never seen this. And it's just a little bit more fun to help build the relationship between you and your mech. BT, I'm going to butcher his name.
This is your mech?
Yeah,
name?
Your mech. You get it at the very beginning.
Right.
It's piloted by somebody else. Minor spoiler. That pilot gets killed.
Spoiler.
And he gives command of the mech over to you.
Yeah.
Which is also fun because in that first mission, it's like not all of your abilities are unlocked because you're still like calibrating to the mech and to your suit and all this other stuff. A fun little thing.
Gotta get used to it.
Yeah, you gotta get used to it. So it's like you are on the learning curve as your pilot. So it's a great way to put you into a game. I'm just trying to find the name. It's like BT 7929.
While you're looking for that serious question,
yes,
can you romance the mech?
Yeah, why?
That's what I want to know.
Going there too. This game sounds very sexual.
Maybe, but I haven't got that far yet.
You look stressed out.
BT 7274 is your Titan's name.
What is it?
BT 7274. But you
that's
just call
too long.
You just call it BT.
I'm going to call him the Beebs.
You'll be.
Okay, so anyway. So that's my impressions of the campaign. It's unique. It's different. And even though I was initially kind of turned away from futuristic sci-fi shooters, like, why I decided to not get Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I have been very impressed with the gameplay in that of Titanfall. Now, my timers are all messed up here. Anyway, but moving on to the multiplayer, where I've spent the majority of my time, played almost all of the game modes. I think I haven't played one game mode. It is stellar.
It looks fast.
It is very fast paced. And I remember that from Mogan and I both played the beta, and we were like, holy shit, this game is so fast.
You've heard my terrible failure story about Titanfall 2.
Yeah, it's just like there's so much stuff happening and all this. But I don't know if I've just gotten better or if they toned it down a little bit from the beta, because it doesn't seem as fast, but it's still ridiculously fast.
Maybe that was the primary
complaint. You have to be on your toes. Like you can, especially with the grappling hook, which you can use it to like launch you over stuff. The physics are incredible. The wall running seems more refined than any other wall running that I've had. And even better from the beta. The beta, it felt like anytime you touched a surface, you tried to run on it.
Oh, it would pop you right up on it. And you'd be like, no, I was just jumping. What I wanted to do.
And this one feels way more controlled, way more that you are able to control yourself. And the thing about this too, that the lore of the game is that it sets you up that the pilots of these mechs are badasses. And this is a game where you truly feel like you're a badass, even in the multiplayer, even in the campaign, because even in the multiplayer, it throws in like AI enemies that you have to fight in some of the modes. And you feel like you can really just like because you can like jump in from a wall climb, throw in like a flaming thermite throwing star that like sets the ground on fire and burns these guys as you run by, and just like busting caps in their asses.
Yeah, it looks like it's ripe for just amazing moments.
Yeah, and this is one game, and I will give it a prop for this. Normally, when I play, unless I'm streaming and I'm trying to like entertain the 4 people who watch me,
God bless your audience.
or Mogan,
God bless them,
when she's on there just to heckle. But normally when I play games, I'm quiet. Titanfall 2 animations and moments in the games have gotten audible responses from me.
Really?
Oh,
like I'll be something happen and I'll see like a takedown animation from a mech taking down another mech, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, or something like that. Or just like so much action is going on. 4 mechs are fighting each other while pilots are running around trying to get the upper hand and fight other pilots. There's just so much going on. I saw somebody posted on the Titanfall 2 subreddit. They're just like, this is why I love this game. Chaos. And it's just this gif of these like 2 Titans duking it out, which are different classes of Titan. And then but also pilots are going around and running around and doing all this different stuff. It's crazy. And it's just, it keeps you on this constant edge of feeling like you're on your toes and can be taken out any second, but at the same time feeling like you're a badass. And that is something that I haven't felt captured in other games of its ilk. Like the more recent modern Call of Duties and stuff like that, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, or Infinite Warfare, even of what I played in the beta. You feel like, yeah, I'm a super soldier, but so is everybody else.
So is everybody
you know? But this one throws in enough mix of having AI opponents that you feel like you can really dominate, mixed with real person pilots, controlled by a person that you feel matched with. It provides this great like complex of a badass complex, and so yeah, it's the, like I said, I mean I really don't have much more to it than that, other than like I was incredibly surprised. I knew its visuals were going to be great. I knew it was going to have some fun gameplay, but I didn't know to what level that was going to be. And so for that to be that much of a surprise was what, for me, I was just like, holy shit, like this is awesome. And that is a game like is taking me away. Like we were talking about a few episodes back, so apologize for this little like insider, but like when we were talking about with Overwatch, like being the game that sucked us in, this game is the one that is able to really pull me away. Because like Battlefield 1, I really love, and I'm playing all 3 of these games at the exact same time. Yeah. But Battlefield 1 has kind of fallen to the back burner behind Overwatch and Titanfall 2. And Titanfall 2 is really even over Overwatch right now because it's newer. So I'm playing more of it. But because it gives the same feeling. No match is the same. Like when you get your Titans is all you don't know which versions of Titans are going to hit the ground. There are so many ways you can use your Titans. Like I can't even really like go into all the different ways that the Titans can really just like there's one that has a sword, which that's badass. Well, give me a sword in any game and I'm going to be happy. And give it to a huge giant mech. Hell yes.
Power Rangers.
Power. There's lots of power. And so there's that one. There's one that shoots like fire. Another one that shoots like different lasers. One that its ultimate is like a missile barrage. It like leaps in the air and just unleashes. Kind of similar to
Justice
Farah.
reigns from above.
It does look similar to that. And it's just, but all these different things tied together just to create a completely unique experience that I cannot think of one that I've met for what it is being a sci-fi shooter that I've played in recent memory. Also, for a game that its sequel is now including a campaign. Its predecessor did not have one.
That's pretty interesting.
It has a huge hurdle to jump because it has to be like, now people loved Titanfall, the first one, but its player base fell off quickly. So to come back and be like, okay, we're adding in campaign, which is a big complaint of the original Titanfall that people had about it. Didn't have a campaign. They're like, this is awesome, but we want more. And so to come back around, take two sequel and be able to have this campaign from everything I've read and heard about it, of what I have not played, people say is amazing. It's getting great reviews. I just saw GameStop gave it a 9 of 10.
Oh, wow.
And so, to come back from not necessarily a failure, but to come back and hit on all these high notes and seem to be getting it right.
Well, that's what happens when you listen. When you listen to the feedback. Kudos to them for making those changes.
So from what I played, yes. Big thumbs up on Titanfall 2. If you want a sci-fi shooter that's different than the norm, give Titanfall 2 a shot.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And that.
How much they pay you, Jerrett, to say that?
Sadly, $0. $0. So it's coming from the real depths of my heart. Your heart. That's from the heart. So
sadly, nothing.
Sadly, it's just nothing. I mean, no, nothing. EA, Respawn, please.
No, Team Chat can't be bought.
Oh, God.
No.
Keep
EA
your
is the
money,
publisher.
EA.
Respawn is the developer. EA is the developer. Publisher. Respawn developed. Big props to Respawn for a great game. And that concludes this short bonus episode Team Chat review of Titanfall 2. Until next time, I am one of your hosts, Jerrett Wilson, joined to my right by Rachel Mogan.
Adios.
And to my left, Zachary Parks.
Goodbye.
We'll see you all next time.